How's it going, everyone? James Lynch back here for Odds Checker US, doing my breakdown of Saturday night's UFC Vegas 11 main event between Tyron Woodley and Colby Covington, which goes down at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Let's start first with Tyron Woodley. He's 38 years old, and he's heading into this fight on a 2-fight losing streak. Of course, losing his title to Kamaru Usman last year at UFC 235, and then losing again earlier this year to Gilbert Burns. Both pretty one-sided fights, so Woodley in desperate need of a win here. He's actually going to be heading into this fight with a 2-inch reach advantage in this one, so we'll see if he's able to utilize that. I know Woodley for this camp has mainly been keeping it simple. He didn't train at Rufus Sport, but he did have a chance to train with his longtime coach, Dean Thomas, and also training with Colby Covington's former training partner, Jorge Masvidal. So we'll see if that plays any sort of role in the fight, although I imagine this is going to be mainly a wrestling match to see who the better wrestler is, although you never know with Woodley. He's got some really good stand-up as well, although last knockout win for Woodley was actually against Robbie Lawler when he won the title back in 2016. Some other stuff about Woodley. He's 9-4 in the UFC. He's got a no contest in there. He's got 6 finishes. So Woodley, known for finishing his opponents, but he hasn't really done that over the last couple of years. So I don't imagine if Woodley does win this fight, it'll be by knockout. I know some people have said that because Covington lost his last fight by TKO, but I don't see that happening in this fight. Let's look at Colby Covington. He's coming off his second loss in the UFC, snapping that winning streak he had. He lost to Kamaru Usman back at UFC 245 in December. Covington was finished in the 5th round of that fight, and that halted his winning streak, obviously heading into this fight. Covington's 32 years old. He's 5'11". He's got a 72-inch reach, so he's 6 years younger than Woodley, but he does have a 2-inch height advantage in this fight, so we'll see if that plays a role in this one. Now, Covington, we know what he's going to do in this fight. He's very cardio heavy. This is a guy that has a gas tank for a long time, and with this being a 5-round fight, I certainly think that does favor Covington, even though Woodley's the one who has more championship experience fighting in a 5-round fight, so it'll be interesting to see how Woodley looks in this fight, although the last 2 outings he's had hasn't looked very good, but we do have to remember who he lost to in Usman and Gilbert Burns, 2 of the top welterweights in that division. In terms of Covington as well, switching up camps for this one, he's at MMA Masters for this fight, so we'll see if that plays a role in this one. He's not an American Top Team anymore, not getting to work with some really outstanding training partners, so we'll see if that has a positive or negative effect coming in here on Saturday. Covington is 10-2 in the UFC, and he's got 4 finishes, and like Woodley, he's not a guy that really does win fights inside the distance, so I am going to be picking Colby Covington by decision in this fight. I think how this plays out is Covington's going to really try and use his wrestling in this fight. He didn't use it in the Usman fight, but I don't think he's going to risk that against a guy in Woodley who does have knockout power. Now, like I said, I don't think Woodley's going to finish this fight. I think if there is a winner here, it's going to be by decision, but I do like Colby here just because of the fact he's younger, he's fresher, he looks still very at a high level, whereas Woodley, his last 2 fights, hasn't looked like the same Woodley that held the welterweight title a few years ago. So I think Woodley is going to struggle with Covington's pace. I think you're going to see a similar fight to kind of what Colby Covington did to Robbie Lawler, which is just sort of take him out of his element, push him against the cage, and really make him work for every second of that fight. And I see Covington having his hand raised by decision in this matchup and getting back on the winning track. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who are you picking in this fight? How do you think this one unfolds? Really big pivotal matchup in the welterweight division, like I said, between the former champion Woodley and the former interim champion Colby Covington. Follow me on Twitter at Lynch on Sports. Make sure you subscribe to the Odds Checker US YouTube channel. We're always posting content every week. You'll find my breakdowns in here as well as my interviews every week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.